All right. Let's see, hopefully this is working. Okay, the microphone's on. So, I got a pair of gaming headsets on right now. And just going to talk to you guys about a few updates and what's been going on. So, a couple days ago, I ended up cutting my hair completely off. And that's because I got overheated with overheat exhaustion. What led to that was working in the house and hauling stuff outside. And I do believe what is leading up to this is because Mom wanted to clean out the living room. She wanted to get stuff thrown out. She wanted to clean out my room, get things thrown out. And I think what is leading up to this, and I'm going to have to come back around to this point of the story, is that I do believe, since my sister and her family are not helping Mom out pay any expenses like they said, Mom's getting ready to throw them out. And I'll get back to that here in a moment. So I had to help Mom and my two nieces clean the living room. And I don't want my two nieces, even though my oldest niece even though things are wrong with her, she still helps me out, try to lift things and move things. And I don't want her doing that because I don't want her hurting herself. And my second oldest niece tries to help her sister and sometimes offers to help me move things. But, I don't want them straining themselves at all with heavy objects, because I'm used to moving things by myself when it comes to heavy objects. Because heaven forbid if I receive any help or somebody chooses to lift a finger and say, hey, I'll help, God forbid, because their brother, my nephew, who's 20 years old, and he's a big old boy too, he just won't help. You know what I'm saying? He won't help do anything. He likes to sit back on his ass. Let's call it for what it is. Sit back on his ass and just watches everybody else do stuff while he sits on his game all day. You know what I'm saying? So Mom had me try to move the couch outwards. And it's hard moving a couch because I don't know anything about couches, how to disconnect them. It's just something I'm not too familiar with still. And the couch was hard enough as it was, and lifting it off the ground, trying to get floor protectors underneath them still. So the reclining chair that they've damaged, that was my father's chair, cancer chair at that, I had to throw out. It was a pain in the ass trying to get that thing moved out the living room by myself, but I done it. And between the couch and the reclining chair, I ended up getting hurt. I think I tore or sprung something in my right shoulder. I really believe I did, because it hurts trying to even turn right, and the pain is there. So Mom's going to be making me a doctor's appointment to get my shoulder checked out. I got very dizzy as well. It overheated when it came to my room. But I got my room done because I kept pushing through. So as I got overheated and just started to feel like I passed out with overheat exhaustion, Mom had to cut my hair, and she had to put me in the tub full of cold water just so I can get my body cooled off, just so I can get my body cooled off. So not having help around the house, it's a real pain in the ass. Like, I told Mom, because I had to get on to her, I'm like, look, Ma, please, I don't need you hurting yourself. I don't need you out there, helping me right now to move this, because if you get hurt, then we're both screwed. All right. She's like, I know you're used to doing this by yourself. I was like, I am. But I'm starting to realize I need help now when it comes to moving things about, because I can't be doing that anymore by myself. I really cannot. But it sucks because nobody wants to lift a finger to say, hey, do you need some help? You know what I'm saying? Which leads into this right here, you know, which leads back to the conversation. You know, I do believe my sister and them hopefully going to be leaving. But that hope of them leaving is slim to none, because my sister's not out there looking for a place. You know, she's pissed off because she got scammed out of $500 by that one thing I told you guys about several videos ago, where she paid somebody $500 to cover up her and her husband's bad credit just so they can qualify for a place. Yeah. So she's mad because guess what? It's not real. She got scammed out of $500. She got scammed out of $500. And they haven't been even looking for a place at all, which makes me think she spent that $500 on something else rather than being scammed out of it. So I'm in between her getting scammed from $500 to not even looking. And it's leaning towards them not looking. So because of that, I do believe mom is getting ready to throw them out, because guess what? They offered and said, we'll help you pay some expenses. Well, now that the expenses are coming in, such as utility payments, right? Such as utility payments, they're not wanting to help. They're not wanting to help. So they rang up, you know, my sister and her family ranged up a very expensive electric and water bill for $600 damn. That's almost mom's entire check right there alone going towards that. So I told mom, I'm like, hey, since they're not wanting to look for a place, let's be real, talk to them, or I'll talk to them and say, hey, you're gonna if you guys are not looking for a place, you guys are gonna help mom pay these damn utility expenses. And I think mom had a conversation with my sister about that when they went to the store in private. I do believe so. Something tells me they had that conversation. They do. Something tells me they had that conversation. Or just leave. So I do believe the conversation was about, if you're not looking for a place, then you need to start helping out with utility payments. And I even told mom the same thing too, you know, hey, have them start helping you out with utility payments. So we're going to see what's going to happen. Because if I talk to them, I'm not going to be nice about the whole situation. I'm just not going to be nice about it. Because right now, mom owes money to a financial loan place that I'm paying off for her, because she is still pulling their weight with expenses. And that is pissing me off a lot. That is pissing me off a lot. A couple days ago, they went through a lot of food, like they always do. And it's sickening. Like, they have a really bad eating disorder, right? So in the midst of all of this going on, my sister's pissed off because mom threw out the recliner chair. Like, they're so badly obese that they broke that recliner chair of my father's, and they even broke the living room sofa couch. And with that part being said right there, I couldn't move a end table by myself, which is heavier than shit. I had to have my brother-in-law help me do that, because that thing is heavy, and I am going to be throwing out the last two old bedroom sets because they're no good. I know I'm not going to receive help bringing them upstairs if I were to refurnish them. So I'm going to be looking into getting a new bedroom set down the line next year, as a matter of fact. It's just been stressful. Another thing that has been going on, my sister really screwed with her own kids' head really bad. They're adults now, but it's sad when you can't go to your own mother and say, hey, can you make me a doctor's appointment? But you have to ask grandma too. Mom doesn't know those kids' information. And now my oldest niece wants to be put on depression pills because the way she's being treated and how it's getting to her. And like I said, the harsh reality of it is that she'll never get away from there. And the only place for her to really end up at to receive help, like I talked about in a previous video not that long ago, I think it was the video before this one, talking about my niece, to where I do feel like the best place for her is in a special needs facility. And when you get put in one of those, it's like going to prison or going to a asylum or to a resting home, because you're going to be there till the day you pass. Unless somebody takes my niece in, which nobody's going to do that. I can't afford to take her in. Either can mom. And my niece, like I said, she's functional to a degree, right? And she's about to be 25 soon, going into next week on July 4th, which is her birthday. She's expecting a birthday, but she doesn't understand that's expensive, because me and grandma had money for that last year, which we gave her a birthday in years. Like, we gave her first birthday that she haven't had in years. The same thing with me. I haven't had a birthday in ages, and I'm used to not having one. But this year, nobody has the money for that, unfortunately. Nobody has the money for that. So because of that right there, my niece is old enough now to start making her own finances. Like I said, even though things are wrong with her, such as really high level of autism, really high level of brain damage, and really bad learning disabilities, she's capable to a degree to work, such as fast food, since she likes to cook. She can get a job washing laundry at like a hospital or nursing home to a degree, or janitorian job somewhere, or even a dishwasher job. If not that, sign up for disability, And within that part being said, mom right now is talking to somebody trying to get estimates when it comes to repairs around the house, such as the living room, around the door frame and the frame itself. That's not going to cost no more than $300, which I'm like, damn, that's pretty fucking cheap. Okay. So I'm going to get an estimate with the kitchen to touch it back up, with the trims, the walls, put the handles on, get some of the drawers fixed that my sister and her family caused to break and damage, as well as repainting a spot in the bathroom. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, I can pay this guy between $1,000 to $1,500, which isn't bad, because mom wants to try to get things on the ball here. And I'm glad, because now I feel like a conversation might be had again coming soon about them leaving, since they're not wanting to help pay for utility expenses. Because on the 3rd, I gotta help mom pay off a second loan. I gotta help mom pay to get a deed to the house, 2 copies along with my name on it as well. And also I got to give mom a little bit extra pocket money. And I gave her the last what I had to help pay this guy that helped load stuff on the back of his truck to get stuff hauled off. So there's definitely that right there. You know, I do feel like I should end up talking to them without losing my cool, but mom knows how blunt and I'm gonna be about it. That's why she didn't want me just talking to them with that. But the thing is, somebody has to, and they don't understand when it comes from mom, because she's not going to be as blunt as I am, if not as harsh as I am. Because at the end of the day, they're still not helping. You know, they have no excuse, no rhyme or reasons why they shouldn't have money built up. On top of that, they got 3 kids who are capable of working. You know, my oldest niece, like I said, she's capable of working to a degree. My second oldest niece is very capable of working. And my nephew is definitely capable of getting a job. They have to start pulling their own weight, because you can't rely on dear old mommy and daddy forever. You know, my mom and dad helped me out with a few things, but mainly I paid a lot for my own stuff because I was pulling finances together in my teens leading up till now. Even paycheck stubs in between all that were in my name. And plus more paycheck stubs that went into full-time paycheck stubs as well, that was in my name. As well as the expenses that I was paying for all these years, for 2 decades straight. So I already know the value of $1 and what has to be done. What has to be done. And so it is time for them either pack up or help. Pack up or help. And I told mom, hey, since they're not moving, I'm going to talk to her again and say, hey, have them help you with that utility bill. That's why you can help. That's why you can save yourself a little bit of money. You know, make them help. Make them help. You know, it's definitely gonna end up being chaotic once mom gets that deed to the house signed with my name on it. My sister's not gonna like that, but you know, she's not the one helping out mom. I am. But yeah, that's with a lot of the as far as updates and what's been going on. And I meant to walk earlier, but like I said, I'm sore with my shoulder and tired too, because I need to definitely catch up on some big sleep as well. And being mentally exhausted ain't helping much. But that being said, I'm out. Peace.